Yeah, I mean, as we all know, a lot of us hope and we wish for things to happen. And I was the biggest person, doing that when I was growing up, man. I wish my situation was different. I hoped for this miracle to happen. And the more I realized it was never going to happen, I started realizing I had to form something, and I had to form belief. And this isn't like an after-school special belief. This is like, it's great for your mom and dad to say, believe in yourself. And after a while, you start to actually do that. But in those hard times, it doesn't work real well. So I started building belief by doing these extreme hard things. It's not just like running or swimming or whatever it may be. For me, starting off, it was just studying. It was just realizing, man, I battled depression real young, and I'd have these highs and lows. And I had to learn to manage these highs and lows, and that was so difficult to do. It's hard to perform when you have no purpose at all. It is so difficult when you're fat, when you're out of shape, when you're depressed, when you have a hard time learning and you've been abused and you have all these hard times. You fluctuate. On the happy times, you think about a million things you want to do. Oh, I want to get this and I want to get that. And then on those bad times, you just want to survive. So I started really chunking my life down and just focusing on one thing at a time so I could acquire that belief that I needed to attack all the things that I attacked.
So when I was doing the pull-up record, I failed twice before I finally got it the third time. And I developed a whole hand full of calluses. And those calluses were protecting my hands. So this is where I get the whole mentality about callusing your mind. The calluses were protecting my hands from the bar, doing pull-ups. So the whole callus your mind is, you want to callus your mind against life. We've all been through a lot of hard things, and I'm callousing my mind over the victim's mentality. So I had a very victim's mentality. Once you have that mentality, you are doomed to fail. The rest of your life, you will fail. The rest of your life, you will fail. So how you start to callous over the victim mentality is really start to do these things to build self-esteem. The biggest thing, and once again, going back to that teenager, that question about the teenager, what I would tell a teenager also is you have to build self-esteem. How you build self-esteem, how you build confidence is by developing self-discipline. Self-discipline helps with all these things. Like for me, people think that why I got to where I'm at today was by running and all this other stuff. It helps. But I only talk about it for a fraction. Was how I learned how to read and write was I basically would go to the store, I would buy stacks of spiral notebooks, and I had these manuals because my mind, even to this day, it can't retain anything. So I have a photographic memory that I don't have it just I was born with it. I go through and I write down every single page over and over and over again of a manual. When I take that test, I recall back to the manual, page 71. I remember seeing that because I wrote it down so many daggone times. I can then regurgitate it on paper. So that is how you have to start callousing your mind, by continuously going back in the fight. Go back in the fight. Fail, take 24 hours. Dwell on it. It's fine. That's human nature. Go back in, and the more you go back in and go back in and go back in, like repeatedly touching that pull-up bar. If you stop touching the pull-up bar, your hands get soft. You have to continue touching the things that you don't want to touch in your mind. You start to callous your mind. It starts to build. It starts to get tougher. There is no secret to this. The only secret is you have to get outside your own head into the life that you truly want. And that comes with a lot of sacrifice, and a word that people hate is suffering. There is suffering involved in the things that you want to achieve. It's not always going to be comfortable.
A lot of us out here are pushing real hard, but we're afraid to go to that dark side. In your mind, when you push real hard, you have this door in your mind. And a lot of us don't want to open that door Once you open that door, you're in a tunnel. It's a dark tunnel, and you can't see. But there's one thing about being in dark places. If you have the courage to stay in there long enough, your eyes will start to adjust to the darkness. Your body and mind will always adjust to more suffering, to more pain. If you want to push harder, know this. Your mind quits way before your body does. So you have to be willing to go way into that darkness and find more of yourself. Stay hard. The truth of the starting line. We live in a world that's very unauthentic. So who are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? You know, a lot of people don't like what I say. A lot of people hate that I cuss. A lot of people hate a lot of things about me. I don't get it. When you find out who you are, that's when you start living your life. Don't fit in just for the sake of fitting in your life. Make sure that you have something to say it. Social media nowadays is one of the biggest forms of being fake in the world. People buy likes, people buy friends, people buy comments, all this. Make sure in life you do what you have to do, say what you have to say, and live the life you have to live. Don't walk around being a fake human being. Don't be scared to be who you are. Stay hard.
Well, everybody, it's Groundhog's Day again for David Goggins. If you pan it down here, you see it's about 3 o'clock in the morning and there's not a car or a person in sight. If you pan over here, it's the same thing. Not a car or a person in sight. People want to know where I find my strength at, where I get my strength. I get it from a lot of places, but right now, this morning, I'm getting it from, there's not that's up. There's not a car, there's not a person. Everybody's in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday, hate it's a Monday, and I'm loving it. I'm loving that. Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting after it every daggone day. Stay hard.
I wanted to figure out, is there more to this horrible feeling of feeling like a loser? Can I change this? And once you figure out I have the ability, not through your mom or your dad or through a special school, through you. You have the ability to change this. That's what makes it so mad. Once people put this title on me, you now give yourself a get out of jail free card and say, oh, he's just crazy, he's special, he's unique, he's this and that. You just saved yourself.
From not having to do the work.
From not having to do the work.
Yeah.
And that's why I want people to hear my story. I'm trying to take away all that bull crap that you want to put on me. I'm trying to make you suffer up here to know what, my God, man, he really had a hard way to go.
Wow.
There was nothing special about him. He wasn't talented. He wasn't gifted. He wasn't nothing. He wasn't nothing, and he made it. I want everybody to feel uncomfortable around me. That's it. Because I want you to go home and think about yourself.
Yeah.
Think about yourself, man, because you're leaving so much on the table for the possibilities of what you can be. The first 5 hours of my day, I am very uncomfortable. First of all, every morning I get up and people think I love to run. I don't.
That's why you do it.
That's why I do it. And people don't understand the mentality. Oh, you have to love it, man. No. Running has changed my life because every morning I know I'm going to do it. If you know, every morning you do something you don't like. Every morning I will do it for, and guess what? If I just ran for an hour a day is 24 hours, right? What percent is that? What's 1 hour of 20? Is that 4%? A small percent. But anyway, that's why I know I'm at a high level, because I'm at this, not wanting to be this, uncomfortable. I put myself in the dungeon every day, off jump, out of bed. It's dark. While most people lose the battle in the morning, like once you leave your beautiful house, the war starts. Nowadays it starts before you leave home. The phone rings, social media's up, the world's attacking you. If you don't control what you can, to build that armor. So in the morning time, what I'm doing is I'm building my armor. It gets broken every night. I get up in the morning time, I start to build the armor. That's right. I build the armor. I face the world. Because now I know there's going to be some disappointments along the way every day.
Yeah.
That's life. But if you face disappointments already in victory, the things I can control is I can control my run. Mm-hmm. I can control how my house looks, how my world is. I can control that. So I've won. Open my door of life. Life starts to beat me down. I'm facing it with the body armor that I created.
Yes.
And now I'm facing life with the proper tools. Unlike I hit the snooze button, I'm running late, my house is a mess, my mind's a mess. Now life's already beat you. So you open the door and now life hits you and you're already frustrated. You're already in that anxiety mode. You're stressed already. And then life starts to pile more on top of you. You get home, you're exhausted. And that's how life happens to everyone. You have to live and win what you can and build the body armor. Start callousing the mind so you're ready for combat outside of your house.
I had a lot of motivation, a lot of drive, and a lot of it was just me changing who I was. Now how I stay motivated is I travel around the country and I speak to people, young kids, older people, black, white, from all different races, colors, genders, religions, everything. And my message is always about can't hurt me. Can't hurt me is just about staying true to who you are, staying real. There's so many people that do what I do who are inspirational speakers, motivational speakers, whatever. You put yourself out there like this to be the ultimate leader. People are trying to see what you're talking about and live off your example. What motivates me now, what keeps me going up every day is you all. People who listen to me, people who follow me, people who trust in me, people who want to be better. I have to live by example. So when it's miserable outside, when I don't want to study, when I don't want to even clean my house, make my bed, I will be a liar like I used to be if I'm telling you something that I'm not doing every single day of my life.